Hello and welcome to another Soul Body Light Moon Flow. Today we'll be flowing to the new moon in Cancer with the eclipse. So I chosen to bring and offer a more yin practice, so slower than the gentle flow we've done last new moon, more into holding postures for longer breaths. We'll stay within these shapes from 3 to 5 minutes, and it's about resting and melting into the shape, staying with all the sensations, but avoiding sensational feelings. It shouldn't be too strong. It's more about feeling gentle, nagging stretches, a sensation of opening and creating space within us as we are um, targeting more of the connective tissues in the body, the subtle energies, and always invite that we make this a reflective practice, not just completely letting go of the mind, but also using the mind, the heart, to really connect to what is going on and traveling through the body. So you may need a blanket or a bolster or thick pillows or blocks if you have anything else on the side, and to support this practice of today. So if you have a blanket, go ahead and you can put it at the top of your mat, just because we'll be working with the upper body and the chest with the arms. So if you have padding going around according to the surface you have underneath you, it might feel more comfortable to have a blanket already on your mat. And then when you're ready, taking your time, find your way towards a comfortable sitting position of your choice. Take a deep breath in and exhale out through your mouth. Throughout this practice, really letting this breath flow naturally in through the nose and out through the mouth. At any time you need, sighing out with a sound, letting vibration move up as you relax down into it. Letting vibration be a healing tool for our practice today as well. And as you let your breath find your natural rhythm, know that your body gets this opportunity to return to a more natural alignment within yourself, within the space surrounding you, physically and energetically. So let your breath continue to find this natural rhythm. And we are experiencing a new moon, this opportunity to turn in, to close down, to reflect on what ways we can start a new cycle, create a new beginning. But this new moon comes with an eclipse, solar eclipse, which brings a huge emphasis on transformation. And because it involves so much of the sun, there is an aspect of letting go. And we're also experiencing Mercury retrograde. And in this moment, maybe all our inner processes are not so clearly put out into the world. Words may escape us, and whatever message we want to get across may not feel easy to transmit. So whatever about this resonates with you, exhale it out through your mouth with a sound to let it go. And we make this practice one about nurturing. All physical practice have this nurturing aspect, but because the moon is in Cancer, Cancer wants to care. It's nurturing, is kind, is giving, it's receiving, it's opening up. It rules the chest. And all of this nurturing, the breast, the giving, the caring, So let's make this practice very nurturing for ourselves, and a practice of returning to comfort, a comfort space within ourselves, so that we can accept the comfort around us and understand also in what ways discomfort is taking us out of this opportunity of expansion. And I hear myself say discomfort, but I also hear it as a discomfort. So let that just play in to what is right now. Taking a deep breath into that discomfort. Exhaling out with a sound to release it. So that we continue to find our way towards comfort. Place one hand into your heart and one hand onto your belly. Breathing into your hands and letting these hands melt into the body with this listening quality through the hand, to the heart, to the breath. And you may take this moment to set a goal, an intention, and a dedication for this practice. And you may start with one that is relating to yourself, for you. And then expand from that and set a goal, an intention, and dedication that goes beyond you. Take another deep full breath here. And exhale it out with a sound. And join me to open this practice chanting once softly the mantra Om. And release hands to prayer. Release forehead to the fingers. Release your hands down to your thighs. And softly just roll your neck to the right as you inhale. And exhale to let the head roll back down to center as you inhale. Roll it to the left softly, easy. Exhaling back to center. One more time each side. At a tempo that suits you with your breath. In breaths through the nose and out breaths to the mouth. Next time your chin is to the center, to your chest, roll your shoulders up and the neck up, vertebrae by vertebrae. To release shoulders back and down. Let's move. Find your way towards your mat if you're not yet there. Just bring my bolster and make sure your pillows or your blankets are close to you. And here, come into an all-fours position. And simply just allow your spine to articulate as you arch and as you round. Making these soft motions and moves. Connecting them with your breath, with your needs. So if you need to do a different motion with your spine, feel free to do so. Articulating and moving as you'd like. Rolling the shoulders, maybe the pelvis swing, maybe the spine in all directions. Just a free flow. Whatever suits you best. And then just roll your shoulders a couple of times, really letting yourself sink into the socket and pressing down to create space. So we'll be working with the chest, with the shoulder, with the arm. Let's just open and lubricate this joint for a moment. Another deep full breath here, inhaling. And exhale to release. So our next shape is a melting heart. So melting heart goes with sliding the arms forward, melting the chest down, releasing the forehead to the mat. But what we want here is to find an opening through the armpit, through the back of the arm into the chest region. So if you don't feel it that way, feel free to find your blanket or your bolster and use it as support either for your elbows, forearms, even your forehead if you feel like it's too strongly against the floor. And whenever you're ready, just let your spine arch as you let yourself melt into this, knowing that maybe bringing the bolster or blanket or blocks closer to the wrist will intensify the sensation. But if you bring it closer to your chest, maybe even to your shoulders, to your armpits, it will soften, make this easier. So choose your variation where you'd like to stay for the next 2.5 minutes. Exhaling with a sound to let yourself melt into this process. Staying in this shape. Allow your breath to deepen wide behind you as you let yourself melt with each exhalation deeper, chest towards the ground. Feeling this first opening and maybe asking here to yourself, to your imagination, what is the tension you're experiencing here? Is this emotional? Is this mental tension? Or is purely physical, muscular, articulatory? Whatever you find, name this experience for yourself. Knowing that we don't want to go to extreme sensations, but we stay there where it works with us, where it challenges us a little bit, where we feel this nagging, stretching sensation, but we don't let it take over us. We don't identify with it. We simply breathe to create more space. In wherever tension you are working with, may that be on that emotional, physical, or mental levels. We have 30 more seconds here, so just continue to breathe. Maybe even expanding your breath. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale with a sigh. Start releasing your shape. Moving from that melting heart, you can slide your pelvis back into a child's pose. Maybe bringing the knees closer together if it's comfortable for your hips. As you bring your arms alongside you, just let your shoulders hang. And in this shape, where you let your body curl in, your arms relax, We call this a rebound position. So we'll use this as a healing moment as we pay attention to the sensations going through the body. Noticing vibrations, pulsations. Even noticing how sometimes getting out of a shape, a yin shape, we experience stronger discomfort. Know that discomfort is part of this practice as well. It is the body returning to a more fluid alignment. Have another deep full breath here. And exhale to bring the hands underneath your shoulders. As you slowly, gently roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. To release as you shift your legs out in front of you. So next posture is opening the chest by doing an internal rotation to the shoulders. If you have a bolster, you can use it to support you at the lumbar spine. You could also use a block underneath your lower spine, lower back, to give you some support. And I like to sometimes just use it in a slanted way so that it's blocking my whole back. And here you can keep your knees bent, your feet flat on the ground. The knees can meet at the center so that there's less effort. And we're going to turn the fingers slightly inwards. And we're going to start walking the hands back for a lunging monkey. And here we just, maybe if you need more sensation, you can scooch the pelvis forward. But the idea is that you feel that the whole front of your bicep to the shoulder to the chest, this whole area here, is feeling a stretching sensation. And when you're ready, you may exhale out through your mouth with a sound again. As you let your chest sink down. As you let yourself sink into the sensation here, maybe even the chin towards the chest. Turning inwards, closing. And breathing into the chest. Asking once again the question, what is the tension that I am working with here? And just let your imagination respond to you. We have 2 more minutes here in this shape. So we let go of any idea of what we should be looking like, feeling. We simply are in this shape. Witnessing whatever sensations are going through us. And whenever you find what it is that you're navigating, name it. Name the emotion, name the story, name the memory, the thought. And when you did, exhale it out through your mouth to release it with a sound, with vibration, to let go. Last minute here. Knowing that whenever sensation becomes too strong, you can always release the shape. You don't have to wait for my sign to release it. Remember that this is your practice. And we're practicing embodiment, being in our own bodies, experiencing our own sensation. So always do you first. Listen to your body's needs first. Few last breaths. Exhale out through your mouth. slowly come back to release this shape. You may extend the legs forward, shifting your way to the front. And then you can keep the legs straight or cross the legs to just release the arms in front of you. For a moment, come into an easy seating position. Just letting your arms dangle to the weight of gravity. As once again in this rebound moment, we witness the sensations that are going through the body. We witness the space and the energy, the comfort and the discomfort. Have another deep full breath here. Roll your shoulders up into the ears. And from the back to the front, inhaling. And release. We're going to come to lay on our belly for an open wing shape. So open wing has the arm open to the side, and we roll into the arm, knowing that the more you roll into the arm, the stronger sensation will be. So depending on what surface you have underneath you, you may want to slide your blanket or a pad in your pillow to the right side, because we'll start with opening the right arm out to the side. So laying on your belly, you can open your right arm out to this side. And then here, you can shift your body slightly to the left. And you can start to roll your weight into the right arm. And here first, I would like to invite your both knees to come towards the chest. So if I turn more towards the camera, it will look like this. My knees are at 90-degree angle. And maybe this will be enough sensation here to feel your arm opening. Maybe you bring your free arm around and behind you to give a little bit more weight. Or maybe you want to use a block underneath your knees, or use your bottom leg as a kickstand to lift. So this is to force our body to turn more into the sensation, into the arm that is opening. Maybe you don't need this. Maybe you can simply just let your legs open into a kind of soft butterfly. Knowing that we want to feel the sensation at the whole front of the body leading into the chest. So stay where you are, where you'd like to be in this sensation, knowing that bringing the arm behind you makes more weight. So if it's too much, you can always bring the arm back in front of you. And we will stay here for 2 more minutes, just breathing into this shape, into this open wing, letting this arm melt as you melt into the arm. And here in this shape, see, feel, and know in what ways comfort allows you to open up. So just experience that in whatever way it arises in you. Paying attention to the thought, the image, the sensation, the emotion that comes up. And you just name that experience. Whenever you've identified, named what you're navigating, exhale it out through your mouth to release it. Staying in your shape a few more moments, a few more breaths, just letting the body open up. continue to soften. As you pay attention when thoughts lead you away from your body, release that thought and come back. Come back to your breath, come back to your body, come back to your relaxation. And exhale out through your mouth to release this. And to release, simply just roll to lay onto your belly. And as you do so, turn your face towards the right where your arm is. Just let it be there as you let your body melt onto the ground into this rebound shape. And in this rebound, just feeling all the vibrations, pulsations going on through your arm into your chest. Having another deep full breath here. And exhale to collect your arms underneath you. If you need to move your props, come up into an all-fours position to shift your props to the other side so that your left arm is padded and protected. If you don't need that, simply just open your left arm out to the side and then start shifting, rolling your weight into that arm. Starting by bringing both knees closer to the chest, seeing if that's enough there. Maybe inviting the free arm behind your back, just letting it be there. If you need, using anything underneath your knees, maybe even your bottom leg as support to elevate this, so that you're rolling more into the stretch, which once again we want to feel through the whole inside of the arm, leading into the shoulder, leading into the breast, into the chest region. Choosing how you'd like to place your legs, knowing that you can even go for that wide butterfly shape. Knowing that if it's too much, lean away from the arm. Maybe even bring that arm behind you to the front again. Choosing for your body today what suits you best. And just staying here for 2 more minutes. And in this side, ask once again the question, in what ways comfort allows you to open up? And here ask, what is needed of me to open up? And just notice what comes up to you. What is the feeling, the sensation, the thought, maybe even the memory that comes up to you on this side? It may be exactly the same as it was to the right. Maybe it's something completely different. Just witness that without holding, without grasping. Just receive. Receive the wisdom and information from within you. And if absolutely nothing comes, that's fine too. There is no need for there to be anything if there's not. And we accept that as part of our practice as well. Whatever it is that you're navigating, name that. You may name it as simply resting. You may name the memory. You may name an emotion. Whatever it is, when you did that, when you've identified it, exhale it out through your mouth to release it, and do so with a sound. As you let go of it, and you take the rest of this shape to simply melt, open up, create space mentally, emotionally, and physically. Noticing when your thoughts are taking over, leading you elsewhere than this room, than this practice, than your body. And let go of that with kindness and compassion, returning to your physical breath, to your physical body, to the sensations you're experiencing. Exhale out through your mouth to release this shape. And wherever you are, return to lay on your belly, turning your face towards the left side as you just let your body be as it is for a few moments, just letting your breath find its natural rhythm again into this new alignment. Noticing all the vibrations and pulsations going on through your arm, through your chest. And exhale it with a sigh to release this. Collecting your arms closer to you to find your way into a soft Sphinx position. And in this Sphinx, you can use your blanket or your bolster under your chest to make this easier, but we want to feel an opening of the front body here. The elbows may be underneath your shoulders, and your shoulders may be slightly engaged, rolling back as you let your lower back and your legs be soft, inviting this sensation to be focused more at the front. So if you don't feel anything, you can find blocks or your bolster underneath your forearms to elevate yourself, deepening the back bend, or you can find yourself into a seal by elevating the arms, as long as the focus of your practice is still in opening the front body. And for me, sometimes what works is simply to tilt the head back. So if your neck doesn't feel any compression behind it, invite this stretch to move from the front of your neck into your upper chest. However, if your neck feels sensitive, keep your neck in line or even drop the chin slightly to your chest. Maybe work more through the arms to pull the heart forward, making this yin shape slightly more engaged, so that you just feel it here. Sensation of opening through the front of the chest. And here, ask yourself the question, in what ways can I improve my nourishment? and just receive the information that comes from within you. When you know, exhale out through your mouth. And what would nourish me more? Noticing if you have a different answer that comes. And normally, whatever comes up first is what we allow ourselves to pay attention to. Whenever you've named this experience, release it as you return to this practice of simply just being. Taking each yin shape as a shape of meditation, of contemplation. As we contemplate what is going on within the body. Noticing if there's any unnecessary tension that you can release. Take a deep breath in here. To release this, open your elbows out to the side. And simply just let your forehead come down to your hands or towards one of your cheekbones as you leave your arms down or out to the side. However, this rebound position suits you best. Just resting into it, letting go. Knowing that if you feel any discomfort going on through your lumbar spine, know that that is normal too. This was a back bend. And every back bend creates space at the front by compressing the back body. So know that there can be discomfort going on there, and know that it is part of the sensations we can experience in this shape, in this sphinx. Exhaling out through your mouth. Find your way to slowly return to a soft sphinx. And here we'll slide the right arm underneath you. And then you can choose to stay just with this one arm. We'll invite the sensation to be at the outer arm this time as we give weight into this. If you want to make it stronger, you could even bring the right leg out to the side, noticing how that intensifies the stretching sensation going on the outer arm here in this closed wing. And if ever you would like to do a double wing here, you could slide your left arm on top and in front. And if you don't feel any sensation, if you feel like you're being strangled by your own arms, tuck your toes under and push yourself over the arm. so that maybe the head can dangle and you find a more sensation of opening through the shoulder blades. If you need, feel free to bring a block or a prop underneath your forehead to support you. And we'll just stay here for 2 minutes. And in here, we invite the reflection, the thought, the question of what am I closed to? In what ways am I closed to what? And just receive there. Just receive from your intuition, from your imagination, from your inner wisdom. What is the answer to? What is that you are closed to? And once again, name that experience. Understand it. Try to learn from it. And when you did, exhale out through your mouth to release it as you dive deeper into this breath, into the sensations, into this closed wing. For a moment, just experience what it is to let yourself be closed. Be close to love, close to others, closed to receiving. And just breathing into this experience, recognizing this experience. Exhale out through your mouth. And slowly, gently release. We'll change straight away to the second side. So if you had only one arm, open it out to the side and then slide the left arm underneath you. If you had both arms, take a moment to open both arms wide before you close them again. If you choose to do closed wing with just one arm, maybe invite that left leg out slightly to the side, noticing how that intensifies your experience. And if you want to do a double wing here, then bring your right arm in front of the left and use your toes to push yourself over on top of both arms. So that you really feel that the sensation is happening at the outer side of the arm, but also in between your shoulder blades as you let your head hang down. And in here, ask the question, when I am closed, what is possible? And just receive. Receive the information that shows you what is possible when you're closed. You may receive a negative information and just breathe into that. But you may be receiving a positive information. Sometimes when we close, when we turn in, when we retreat, we get to process, to listen, and to connect deeper to ourselves. So notice what is possible when you close. You may be surprised with something positive or with something negative. Just name that experience. Just learn from this experience. Just surrender into this experience. Exhale out through your mouth. To release this, and turn your arms out to the sides and maybe just roll on to your back. So you can let your arms be open alongside you or out to the sides. Just for a moment, letting all this closed energy open and expand, be released into your extremities, into the breath and out through your body. May in this relaxation, all that was stagnant become to move. All that was trapped or closed, may it start to come to the surface and inform you. So whatever you're feeling and witnessing, accept it as part of this practice. Accept it as something you are ready to look at, to receive, to process. Taking another deep full breath here. To exhale out through your mouth. To release towards one of your sides. To softly find your way up to a seating position. So our final shape is a chest opener. So you can use a bolster, and you could use the bolster at the level of your shoulder blades. So I'll show it sideways. So it's to create a heart opening. So you can have the bolster at the level of the heart and your arms open wide so that you feel this opening upwards, expansion. If you don't have a bolster, you can do it with a block, or if you have your blanket, you could also roll it into a thicker roll, and you could choose two ways to put it. You could have it as before I showed underneath your shoulder blades so that there's a more openness here, and you could choose to have the legs as you please. Or if you have a thin roll like this one with a blanket, you could have it alongside your spine so that both arms are open out to the side still and your whole chest is opening. So choose the one position that feels most comfortable for you. And this will be our final posture, and we'll link it with Shavasana. So choose in what way you'd like to stay and find this last shape for yourself. Feeling that it's a surrender and an opening of the front body, but also this letting go of the weight of the arms into the ground, into gravity. And in this shape, take it as a retrospective. What is it that you've learned about yourself, about your patterns in this practice, through these questions? Maybe there was nothing, and that's fine. Maybe all that was needed today was for you to simply be in the shapes and surrender and relax. But maybe there were one or two questions that triggered something in you. Just looking back through the shapes, through the questions, what stayed with you? What is still alive right now that you've learned about yourself? And whenever you have named, listed your experiences, you may exhale it out through your mouth to let go of it, to surrender it. As you let yourself return to a healthier alignment, as you let yourself return to that natural breath, to that easier breath, resting, nurturing, opening up to this experience. Each breath, letting your body be heavier as you let yourself melt into the ground, into your body, into this healing experience. If by now you feel like you've had enough of this opening of your chest, feel free to release it, knowing that at any time through this practice you don't need my permission to do what your body calls for. So if you want to release any support from underneath you and find your way into a simple Shavasana, easy, feel free to change into that, into what is most comfortable for you, what will be most nourishing for you. heart. Take a deep breath in and exhale it out through your mouth with a sound. If you wish to stay in your Shavasana in this shape for longer, feel free to stay and continue this practice with us exactly as you are. However, if you'd like to move towards a sitting position, allow yourself to turn towards the side that feels most easy for you right now. Just let yourself be on your side for a moment. And keeping your eyes closed, using your arms, hands as support, push and press yourself up to a sitting position of your choice. And for a moment, just feeling the alignment of your spine, of your breath, the alignment of the sensations within you. Feeling this openness in front and behind you. This eclipse may shake our waters, our emotions, and may bring this idea that what is not stable may break, and that's the only way. But it also may bring this idea that what is strong cannot be broken. Whatever you are experiencing, learn from it, grow from it. In what ways can this energy support you? If it's not nurturing you, healing you, caring you, then don't take it. Recognize it, identify it, and let it go. Take a deep breath in through your nose and exhale out with a sigh. Place one hand to your heart and one hand to your belly. And in what ways can you find support to heal, to nurture? May that be from you to you, from you and your environment, in your cocoon. May that be you returning to this family, whatever you call and feel and recognize as family. Your group, your clan, your tribe, whatever supports you to continue this nurturing journey, this healing journey for yourself. Recognize it and reach out to them. May we share this nurture, this caring, this healing with them, with those we love, with those we believe support and care for us. And may our process, our journey, our healing be healing for them as well. Because in each individual, when we do the work ripples, heals, generates healing in those around us as well. May those we love find ways to nurture themselves. May we be of support for them too. guide of them to return to this recognizing of what heals, what nurtures, what opens and expands us. And may we together open up. Open up for love, to equality, to balance, to more respect for ourselves and to those around us, regardless of background, journeys, comforts, discomforts, and privilege. May we find healing in this journey, and may we align together to a higher good. You may take this moment to set a goal and intention for this new moon, this new cycle, this new beginning. And whenever you did, sigh it out. As we surrender and offer it to the moon, taking responsibility for what we can, for what we've recognized, for what we've experienced, empowering ourselves in this journey. We'll close this practice chanting once the mantra Om. Take a deep breath in. Gently release the hands to prayer. Bowing to yourself, bowing to all this wisdom within you. I thank you so much for practicing with me, and I bow to you, to the wisdom within you, to the beauty within you. So thank you so much for joining this moon flow for the moon in Cancer, new moon in Cancer. And know that whatever process you find yourself into, if you don't know how to move through it, if you don't find the support around you, know that I'm available and open to support you. May that be through transformational coaching or dream therapy, or just reaching out and a smile or some comforting words. So know that wherever you are not alone. So namaste.